Dear Grace, back again in the studio. Not a noisy park. I realize I shouldn't record on that phone anymore. It's kind of crap. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard enough. Sorry. For some reason, it always takes a bit of a start. I don't know why. This is probably why sleep. Maybe this will be the first time all I do is say sleep and talk about saying sleep. It would definitely be the most boring. Get you back to sleep, Grace. Maybe I have to chug the rock star to wake up. I had some funny thoughts, but I think I'll just leave it for now. Let's go back to editing. The one thing I know how to do. My laptop is old like me, and it overheats like I do. The only place I can use it is on my desk, and only if the window's open. And it's below 7 degrees outside. And it's cold outside. I don't want to say the audience is. And it's cold outside. And it's cold outside. If all else fails, Grace, add some commas. I can't take it to the library anymore for fear that if I move it, it will break permanently. And never start up. Plus, the library is room temperature. Actually, that's true, but this room in the library sometimes is fucking cold and sometimes it's really hot. Or sometimes I'm really cold or I'm really hot. Can't blame the room, Grace. Could be me. Too warm for the computer and me. Outside Starbucks would be cold enough. Outside Starbucks would be cold enough, but there are no plugins, and my battery is dead. Plus, I'm still ghosting the barista. So I can't go there anyway. If I was smart, I would have developed a crush on the weed barista, not the coffee barista. I could use a discount for the amount of weed I smoke. Coffee, I can still afford. Barely. I have a notebook because sometimes I mess up that first line and say I'm a retired autistic salesperson instead of senior. Imagine me as a salesperson showing up on your front step. Knock, knock, knock. You open the door. I'm standing there selling my widget, not looking you in the eye. Yeah, I can't remember that joke, Grace. Actually, I can, I just don't want to. Instead of energy drink, I should call it grumpiness remover. I should have got a straw. Forgot. Oh well. Apparently everyone hates fucking straws now anyways. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. I don't know what generation 20-something is. X, Y, Z, whatever. I see them as a generation who loves technology, just not to connect with others, while family, while me. I had to remove my daughter as my emergency contact. Dear Grace, sleep, sleep, sleep. I had to remove my daughter. Had to Had to remove my daughter as my emergency contact. I was scared it would take her a week to respond in an actual emergency. To be fair, I'm a shitty emergency contact too. I haven't turned on my phone for years. Not even vibrate. I could care less who's calling. And when I do get a message, if I don't recognize the number, it takes me a few days. When I do get a message, if I don't recognize the number, it takes me a few days before I bother checking who called. It's probably just a CRA calling about their fucking back taxes anyway. Calling about their fucking back taxes, don't need the anyway. I'll have the last laugh with my kid though. When I die, I'll do this slow. I realize that's a lot of dead air, Grace. Luckily, you're the most patient woman in the world, so it doesn't matter. Just thinking about how I can convince your dad that I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Or lie to him until he dies. Although I was thinking, there's probably another way to handle this. There must be. And in some ways, he should be thanking me, because what I've done is set an awfully high bar for the rest of his daughter's suitors, assuming you have sisters, which I assume you do, or I think you do, or I'm pretty sure you do. Probably some brothers too. So in fact, that sets a high bar for them too when they're out sniffing around looking for a wife. He can just say, look at this guy. He made 100 episodes before even asking her out. What are you gonna do, buddy? Of course, unfortunately, that might mean your sisters never find anyone, because nobody could ever do this again. And then they'll live a long, lonely spinster life. But they can stay with us. Or we'll buy them a spinster house. They can all live there together. And then if that doesn't work, if that's not enough for your dad, I think it should be, then I'll just do what I used to do with friends and family. I'll just fix his electronics for him. It's normally all it takes. And if that's not enough, there's more to that joke, Grace, but for some reason I don't feel like telling it. All right. Back to the hilarious comedy. The Lie Down Comedy Back Taxes Special #1 continued part 4, 5, 6, 7. Who the fuck knows? I'll have the last laugh of my kid, though. When I die, she'll be forced to ask the medical examiner to unlock my laptop. With my dead finger, or pry my eyes open for facial recognition. Who am I kidding? My laptop doesn't have either of those. My phone barely has a fingerprint scanner. I found a solution to the bridge suicide problem I talked about before. Stickers. I'm going to secretly put a bunch of stickers up on the suicide Grace, what's the, not dyslexia, but what is it that I have where I can't get the sentence in order? There's got to be some technical term for that. I'm going to secretly put a bunch of stickers with the suicide prevention hotline number on the bridge. Maybe one a day. Maybe just one a day. To keep them fresh. That's so I don't get caught and charged with vandalism, or graffiti, or stickering. I hate government overreach. I hate government overreach and underreach. I hate government overreach. There's probably a specific law against stickers. Eventually, though, rumors will spread, or someone will take a video of all the stickers, and it'll go viral. Eventually, though, rumors will spread, or someone will take a video of all the stickers, and it'll go viral. Making my bridge the place to jump. Making my bridge the place to jump to your destiny, and giving me a break from the traffic noise. Knowing my luck, though, all the tugboats will start blowing their horns. Knowing my luck, though, all the tugboats will start blowing their horns to discourage people on the bridge from jumping. I can't win. Maybe I should move into an old folks' home. Just thought of a new business venture, Grace, you could help me out with. I'll edit whatever you want live like this. But I'll actually critique it. I won't just add commas. To be fair, that's what I was supposed to do this podcast as well. I got excited. Just edit. I don't hate editing, Grace. I hate seeing the same words over and over again. I'd rather write new words every day than edit this old shit. Maybe I should move into an old folks' home, Grace. Assisted living. Me and all the wheelchair-bound seniors. Probably your mom and dad, too. That's probably where I'll see you next, Grace. I'll end up in assisted living. You'll be there to visit your parents, or parent, dad, whichever. Maybe I should move into an old folks' home. Assisted living. Me and all the wheelchair-bound seniors. 3 cooked meals a day? Why not? I can become a complex whore. Complex whore. Until the barista notices. I can become the complex whore until the barista hears my amazing comedy. I can become complex horror until a barista hears my amazing comedy and falls madly in love with me, offering to have baby after baby after baby. So many babies. Hey Grace, baby is another word to fall asleep to. You ready? Sleep. Actually, change my mind. Maybe I am autistic. No shit, Sherlock. Fucking idiot. Maybe I am autistic. Although I don't believe autism and most of the conditions in the DSM-5 are real, but especially autism. It's probably where I lose a lot of people. Too bad. The one condition where the patient is fine, but the family wants him or her to change their personality. But the family wants him or her to change their personality. However, when it comes to the barista, maybe I am autistic. Most people, when they fall in love, or most people, when they're attracted to someone, would adjust their appearance, fix their clothes, to present themselves in the best possible form. Most people, when they fall in love, or most people, when they're attracted to someone, would adjust their appearance, fix their clothes, and present themselves in the best possible image. Sunday best, so to speak. I would too, except the barista already knows I only have black t-shirts, jeans, and shorts. So what am I supposed to do now? Walk into Starbucks wearing a fancy suit. Walk into Starbucks wearing a Hugo Boss is way too old. Plus, I think he worked with the Nazis, so wearing a let's make it a tuxedo. So what am I supposed to do now? So what am I supposed to do now? Walk into Starbucks wearing a tuxedo? I don't think so. It wouldn't work. It's not me. Plus, if the government found out I had nice clothes, they'd probably repossess them to pay my back taxes. Fucking Trudeau. And now that son of a bitch has quit. So all of these fucking jokes don't even fucking work. It's never gonna go fucking viral. I hate Trudeau now. Now I actually hate him. Before I was joking. Now he's the bane of my existence. He's on my shit list. I'm telling you, Grace, it's one place you don't want to be. My shit list. Because in the days I can remember it, don't want to be there. But seriously, all these jokes don't work now. Of course, the new guy's also named Pierre. How fucking original. And I can't pronounce his last name, which we've already discussed in previous episodes of Dear Grace, which unfortunately I can remember. Alright, how about fucking CRA? more people. How about fucking government? I really should give up on the barista, but the universe seems to have other plans. The last housemate to move in, basically, the last housemate to move in, comma, basically looks like the barista. Could be your sister, or cousin, or tribe mate from the old country. That was the other thing I was thinking about, Grace. But I'm not going to say it. A pretty girl moves in across the hall. How lucky am I? Not very. Every time I try to talk to her, I get tongue-tied. How unlucky am I? I think someone can make that into a song. Pretty girl moves in across the hall. How lucky am I? Not very. Every time I try to talk to her, I get tongue-tied. How unlucky am I? I don't think I'll ever be a singer, Grace. But I'll tell you what, I'll sell you that lyric for... Oh yeah, I thought maybe your dad might like sharp things too. Knives, swords, things like that. Something knives, swords, watches, or cars. We're not going to buy him a car because you and your mom will get mad at us because you'll be out driving it around. We could buy him a watch. That would be fine. I don't see any downside to that. And I can't imagine he would hate watches. Knives, pointy, sharp things. Considering the nature of this endeavor, I think I'd rather keep those away from him, even though I've never met him, quote unquote met. I think that's it. There's something else, but it'll come to me. Or it won't. Or it'll come tomorrow. So, I can't even talk to someone that looks like my crush, let alone my actual crush. I'm not sure how I can call myself a senior when I act like a teenager. I can't even blame the so-called autism. Broken hand routine, optional. I have memory issues. Sleep. Trying to time this just right. Finish the first can of Rockstar, 30 minutes. Second finished in an hour. Save files. Go take a pee. Urinate. Whatever. Come back. Edit and upload. Open up YouTube. See if the world's ended yet. If it has, I wonder why the lady at the library didn't say anything. I'm a regular now, Grace. I just walk in and they know what I want. Just like you at Starbucks. Of course, you were much nicer. Here's your coffee, sir. Actually, I don't think you ever called me sir, but whatever. Anyway, I come in, they see my ugly face, and they go, "Studio?" "Yes." "Would you like it right now?" "Yes." "All right." Which, I guess that's my my MO. That's the way I do things, Grace. But I'm not trying to pick up any of these librarians. Just to have you know, in case your dad's listening. Alright, I have memory issues, but I can skip the notebook if I take Adderall. Only issue is, then I talk too fast. Only issue is, then I talk too fast. No. And the last time I took Adderall, by prescription, I ended up in the psych ward. I don't think the doctors know shit. I was diagnosed with ADHD in 15 minutes. The doctor asked me 18 simple questions, and 15 minutes later, I walked out with an Adderall prescription. That was some serious psychoanalysis and medical diagnoses. Not. How did the doctor know I wasn't lying? The questions were obvious. Do you have trouble sitting still? Let me see. Which answer will get me the drugs, doctor? See this whole section now, I gotta cut this out, Grace. Absolute gold. Being thrown down the river. Maybe I'll just sit here and savor it. Build up my ego to unbelievable levels. Beyond imagination. Sleep, Grace. Alright, yesterday we did 20 seconds. Today, let's see. Sleep. Please share if you dislike Trudeau, or taxes, or the CDA, or the CDA, or the CRA, or for any reason at all. Hell, even if you find this funny, you could share it. Or you could just keep listening for free, you cheap cunts. You can leave that part in there for sure. I've discovered poor retirement is better. In normal retirement, you continue to live your regular, boring life. Until you die. Sure, you might reduce your belongings a bit, but ultimately, you die the same person you were all your life. That's a little negative, but other people might find that opinion refreshing. Grace, I hope you find that refreshing. If you don't, tough shit. In my case, I'm forced to do something new. I'm forced to become something new, or to do something new. I'm grateful for being poor. Not really, but it sounds good. If I had the money, I wouldn't do anything. I should probably just leave it there. But sit at the park all day and smoke and drink. See, the great thing about this, Grace, which I know you already know, but if I had the money, I wouldn't do anything but sit in the park all day and smoke and drink. Or if I had the money, I wouldn't do anything but sit in the park all day and smoke and drink. Jimmy Carr's School of Comedy 101. Like the old guys, lawn bowling 5 days a week at the park. They're drinking beer and avoiding their wives. Don't worry, Grace, I won't avoid you. I'll probably annoy you the rest of your life. Where I live is the one thing I don't mind about being poor. We're going to be really close. This might be the last one. Not a lot left. Where I live is one thing I don't mind about being poor. Although I do question my own actions or observations sometimes. I sit outside and I sit outside and I smoke. I sit outside, I smoke and observe like a parent, not a pervert, a parent. Remember the daughter golden rule. Nonetheless, in their early morning hours, I do see the walk of shame sometimes. I've seen every combination of international coming and going in a celebration of peace, love, and joy. Or I've seen a bunch of horny university students hooking up, regardless of nationality. Well, I didn't see it. I assumed it. Maybe they were just studying until 5 a.m. while drinking wine. God damn, that recycling bin gives up secrets. Sleep. I wanted to be a comedian back in my 40s. Damn, that sounds pretty old. Considering you're probably a decade away from your 40s, Grace. And then still another 20 years to get close to my age. However, I'd like to say I have 30 years of wisdom I could offer you, but I don't. I do have 30 years of backed up jokes, though. I wanted to be a comedian back in my 40s, but I was too embarrassed to get on stage. I didn't see how it would change my life. Whereas now, 20 years later, comedy, dun dun dun, changes everything. I'm either an idiot or a genius, you decide. I'm not bitter about being poor retired. Before I retired, and before I lost my memory, I was able to travel around, baby. I was able to travel the country. Before I retired, and before I lost my memory, I was able to travel around Canada and the USA with my daughter. Best time of my life, I think. I can't remember. Kidding. I filmed the entire trip. I can watch anytime I like. People are so worried about privacy, but for anyone with memory issues, past or previously recorded conversations are extremely helpful. I think they need a special AI for Alzheimer's patients. One that automatically records all their conversations to help them remember. And there's a device out there that does that now, Grace. Works both on the phone and off the phone. And it uses AI. I'm not saying they stole my ID and they owe me my idea and they owe me 10%. I have no proof. Just say, sleep. One that automatically records all their conversations. To help them remember, or to refer to, before arriving at an important meeting, like a doctor's appointment. The doctor reviews their notes. Why shouldn't the patient? Especially one who can't remember. The doctor reviews their notes. Why shouldn't the patient? Especially one who can't remember. This is exactly why I record all my doctor's visits. It pisses him off, but I don't care. I'm a retired autistic senior. I will do as I please, within the laws of Canada. Back to my housemates. They outnumber my shoe count 10 to 1. For some reason, they all keep their shoes outside their rooms. Maybe their shoes stink, or they just like the extra space. I'm not sure. But each of them have at least 10 pairs or more. I have 3. 1 pair of winter/rain boots. These shoes I'm wearing now, and the previous pair of these shoes, worn out, with holes in the bottom, that I use as house slippers. I had a nightmare last week. Me. I had a nightmare last week about not making it to the washroom in the middle of the night because I couldn't get through the wall of shoes in the hallway. Oh. Well, this one is long. I don't want to edit it, so I'm not going to. So, Grace, if you're ready to go to sleep, now's the time. Because there won't be too much stopping. Because I don't think I'll probably ever do this one anyway. I'm obviously on the cheapest plan possible with Netflix. Or I'm obviously on the cheapest Netflix plan. Either one works. God damn it. I'm obviously on the cheapest Netflix plan, and I'm bored. So I watch all the new shit. Anyone seen that show on Netflix about a guy with over 1,000 kids? Quick summary. A good-looking young man, much like me in my younger years. Blonde hair, blue eyes, lazy, becomes a sperm donor. But he lies on the application. That's where I got the idea to lie to your dad, Grace. But he lies on the application and donates at multiple sperm banks, which is frowned upon, but isn't a crime. Because he's good looking and has a decent profile, hundreds, or I guess thousands, pick his sperm. As an added service, if the couple can't afford a sperm bank, he gives them a direct deposit in a Tupperware container. The happy couple has to find their own method. Bibbidi-bibbidi. To be fair, comedy is a little bit like journalism in the sense that you want to use the fewest words possible while still getting your point across, while still keeping it simple so that the audience understands. And since journalism is dead, we just have to build the comedy cult, Grace. I guess maybe don't tell your dad about that one too. He probably doesn't want you marrying a cult leader. Although it's not going to be a real cult. It's going to be an anonymous cult. but not a real one. And no weird sex shit. Of course, that's what they all say in the beginning, isn't it? I just realized, Grace, they could both try and get pregnant. The happy couple finds their own method of getting up their hoo-haws. Again, not illegal. Although he's portrayed as an evil narcissist in the show, he is quite accommodating. If he lived too far away to get the sperm to his client without it dying, he would go to their home and jerk off in their washroom so it was fresh. Considerate, yes? He didn't even charge them for gas. And if that still didn't work, he'd fuck the shit out of them until he got pregnant. With the woman's permission, of course. Again, it's not illegal. Trying to figure out who this would piss off the most. Lesbians or just people in general? Thinks this is taking it too far. I'm delaying because I'm almost done. Sleep. Sleep, Grace, sleep. Again, it's not illegal. A bunch of lesbian couples used his service, and eventually, after several of their kids looked alike, the lesbians, do like to hang out together. Didn't need that sentence. A bunch of lesbian couples used his service, and eventually, after several of their kids looked alike, someone figured it out and caught him after comparing photos of other kids and caught him. I said I wasn't going to edit, but I did. Grace, don't hold it against me. If you do, it's not very nice. Again, it's not legal. A bunch of lesbian couples used his service. Actually, over 1,000. I'm not sure they're all lesbians, but a bunch of couples used his service. And eventually, after comparing photos of all their kids and noticing several of their kids looked alike, someone figured it out and caught him. They realized the extent of the DNA similarities. They realized the extent, I'm pretty sure this isn't us, Grace. I don't think we had the same. Yeah, it's probably not a good one to talk about your dad that way. Because now I'm saying that your mom may have been artificially inseminated to create you. That's probably not a good way to get on your dad's good side, so I'll delete that. This will be the first podcast I edit. They realized the related DNA would cause a problem in the future. If some of their kids met and fell in love, I literally need to just change all this around. The parents realized that some of their kids met and fell in love, the related DNA would cause a problem in the future. And some weird-looking kids. And if they don't know, I lied, Grace. I lied. And if they don't know, they could get married and have fucked up inbred kids. You know, like how the British royalty does it. There you go, Jimmy Carr. You know, like British royalty. And if they don't know, they could get married and have fucked up inbred kids. You know, like British royalty. The guy's solution the guy's solution is to I guess we can't use the word suggest. The guy's solution is to ask everyone to get, thank you, Google, the guy's solution is to ask everyone to get a 23andMe before dating, just in case. I agree, but what if the half-siblings are gay too and don't have kids? Or don't want kids, or they adopt? Is that still incest? I'm not looking to become the next sperm donor guy. I'm just wondering about humanity. I would do it the Elon Musk style if I was rich and successful. Actually, I would do it the Elon Smuck style. I'd impregnate them, take care of them financially. I'd let them make 95% of the parenting choices, and then I'd find another woman who agrees with these conditions and continue. Yeah, I think we cut this part out before your dad listens to this. If I fail to become a successful comedian, or if I never seduce the barista and live happily ever after, I'll consider this an alternative retirement lifestyle. Why are only young guys donating sperm? Ageist? What's wrong with old guys' sperm? Assuming it works. But I'm direct deposit only. No Tupperware. No sperm bank. Plus, I'm lazy. So you have to come to my place. Ignore my housemates. And please don't tell them what we are doing when they leave. When you leave. I prefer it if they think I'm gay. The best thing about dementia is if I bomb today, I won't remember tomorrow. Have I said that already? I rent a room in a house full of international students. It is very interesting, but I've also stayed in rehab, which is similar in some ways. You don't get to pick your roommates. You have shared bathrooms, common areas, kitchen. Dear Dad, I forgot to tell you that David's been to rehab too. That one will go over really good, Grace. Alright. You don't get to pick your housemates. You have shared bathrooms, common areas, kitchen. Everyone is a bit odd and different and probably feels out of place. You pray one won't freak out in the middle of the night and cut your head off. or worse. See, that's why I said no sharp knives. However, when I hear inspirational blaring from my housemates' rooms, I feel like a parent again. I like it. I look like either a pervert or detective in the backyard, smoking and always writing in a book. On the other hand, what if my notebook helps solve a crime? Most likely, who stole the pizza? Chances are it was me. I lied. I've never stolen a pizza. I did steal Chinese food once, but not from someone at the house. Someone down the road. Fuck them, long story. I'm so poor I don't lock my door. I have nothing worth stealing. Also, it's highly unlikely my female housemates will try and attack me in the middle of the night. Sometimes I wonder what they think about me. When they look in the recycling bin, they must think, how many pizza pops can one man eat? I'm rushing this grace because it's almost an hour and I want to get it over with. One of my housemates is going to set the house on fire. She cooks with all 4 burners on high at once. I'm surprised the breaker doesn't kick. The thing is, she only uses 3 pots at a time. The 4th burner is red hot and waiting. Or she's using it to warm her hands. I know when her meal is almost ready, the smoke detector goes off. Then after clearing the smoke, she sits down to eat her fish heads, or whatever the fuck she cooked. She should really try pizza pops. They are delicious. Here's my first Kill Tony minute. Sleep. 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 Hi, I'm David. I'm a retired autistic senior. I turned 60 this year. I'm in love with a woman half my age, 30. Some people think our age gap is excessive, me being twice her age. It could be worse. 50-25 sounds perverted. 40-20 sounds like stepdad porn. 30-15, gross. That's a stepdad waiting until she's 18. 2010? Wait. 2010? This joke would get me cancelled if I was famous, but I'm not, so hear me out. This is the best ratio if it's an arranged marriage. And if there's no sex until she's 20. See, not perverted now, is it? Yeah, I fucked that up. No sex until she's 20 and he's 30, and they're both virgins. See, not perverted now, is it? There, that's my Kill Tony minute. Meow. Went 6 seconds over Grace, but fuck. It's as good as it's gonna get. See, your dad should like that, right? It's not 30-20. We're not virgins, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Old and young, waiting, not 10 years, but I should leave it there, but I got a little bit more, so I might as well finish it. A lot of comedians pander to the audience or the mood of the country. Everybody hates Trudeau and the government, yes. By sharing this video and making it viral, we will all be able to share in the joy of me telling the government, here's your money, now fuck off. Share the dream. Meow. If you enjoyed this 100% true and verifiable story, please donate $1 million to the charity of your choice and send me a $50 Domino's gift card or any Canadian pizza place. or any pizza place in Vancouver near a transit station. Meow. Talk to you tomorrow, Grace.